Okay, we're going to continue with the G major section, beginning in measure 13. I am, however, going to just play the music up to this point so we can hear this half cadence and then talk about what happens right after. Give me a second. I'll click over. Oh, if I can find it. Okay, here we are. Half cadence on G. Now let's listen to what happens next. As we talked about, by this point we are actually in the key of G. Let me make sure I'm recording because my screen went away. Okay, we're good. To get from C to G, we have to go from 0 sharps and flats to 1 sharp. So we're going to need to add in the F sharp. That happens down here. Also, to sort of obliterate our sense of C, this C sharp right here, of course, imagine C going to C sharp, going to D. If we're in the key of G, this would be Fi Sol. This would be tonicizing the 5th scale degree. And if you look through here, D is the upper neighbor. D is constant throughout this whole section. Okay, and it just continues. This is all D all the way through here and here. Whenever there's a note repeated a ton, that note we tend to hear it actually as a dominant rather than as a tonic. And it has to do with the overtone series. When we're together in class, I'll demonstrate that. I'm away from an acoustic piano right now, so it's best to hear that on an acoustic piano. All right. So by emphasizing this D, we're hearing that as a dominant. Plus, imagine you're in the key of G. The 1 chord is G, B, D. The 5 chord is D, F sharp, A. The 1 note in common between both chords is the D. So you can have a D sustaining, and you can be going 1, 5, 1, 5. Okay? And that's exactly what's happening here. Okay. I wouldn't analyze this harmonically. It's just really just emphasizing the D. But once we get the C and the D, there's only 2 places we'd have that in the key of G, C and D. We'd have D, F sharp, A, C. So this looks, acts, and sounds like a 5-4-2 in the key of G. And if we're thinking in the key of G, this C goes Fa, Mi. And remember, Fa, Mi is a bass line, is 5-4-2 to 1-6. We're confirmed over here that the C and D forms a 5-4-2, and we also get the A in here. Okay, so it's kind of circling around the B now. So it's 5-4-2 / 5-4-3, depending on where you are in the measure. I do think of this one as actually a 5-4-3. We do still have the C occurring fairly regularly, though. Okay, and then we're here back to the 1-6. Okay, so this is just simply, we've ended on the G chord. We take the D and repeat it. By repeating it, that starts to feel like the dominant of the key of G. We add in the F sharp. That gives us the key, and just then by going back and forth between D7G, D7G, we have established the key of G major. And here this continues, and finally we go here, we finally break the pattern and get a 1-6. Okay, I'm going to play this spot for you. I would like you to listen for the sustained D through here, and then listen for this C down to B right here, and then C down to A, C down to A, and back up to B. Okay, let's listen to this. Go back a couple seconds. Okay, this next passage is really great. If we look at the first page, right, it's mostly 1 and 5. Okay, we have a 4 here, a 4 here, a 2 here, a 2 here. Here's a 4. The rest of it is all 1 and 5. At this point, we get some more harmonic variety. Okay, so let's think of this. I'm hearing this pattern go from here to here. This is all a G major chord. G, B, D, G, B, D. So that's 1. With B in the bass, that's 1, 6. And now look here. C major is 4. Root position. Here we have F sharp. F sharp, A, C. What is that in the key of G? That is 7 diminished 6. And here, B, D, F sharp. That's B minor. The key of G, that is 3. Guess what? 1, 4, 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. Okay, this is just speculation right now. Let's go through and make sure it's right. Plus, we have to get the inversions. 6 would be E, G, B. That's what we have. So it's E minor, but G is in the bass, so it's 6, 6. Do you see how this is alternating? First inversion, root position, first inversion, root position, first inversion, root position, A minor. This creates a little melody in the bass. Right here, B steps up to C, A steps up to B, G steps up to A, and down here, F sharp steps up to G. It's a little melodic sequence. Here, this is D, A, F sharp. So this is 5, 6, and this goes to 1. And here in the bass, we have T going to Do. And again, we saw yesterday in oral skills, T, Do equals 5, 6 to 1. So now we've got, let's hear this passage. So listen for 1, 4, 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. And also listen for this B stepping up to C. And then again a sequence. A steps up to B. G steps up to A. F sharp steps up to G. Okay, I'm going to go back just a little bit so we can hear this. Okay, so now this is a C, E. This is an A minor chord. Good old 2, 6. Sustaining all the way through here. And we talked about this last time. Here's this D again, sustaining now in the bass. And this is a cadential 6/4. Big honkin' cadential 6/4 over 2 measures, in which we get 6/4 going to 7/5/3. And then a perfect authentic cadence to root position 1. And this is just confirmation. So 5, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 1, 1. Okay, these little repetitions of the 5-1 serve to sort of dissipate the tension that built up through this whole section, and to just calm things down and then just gently confirm the final key. Let's hear everything up to this point. Let's hear just this section, and then we'll listen to the entire first section. So here we go. Five, 1, 5, 1, 1. Let's hear the whole thing. Stepping down, D, D, C. Sustained 5 in the bass. Emphasizing D. We're now in G major. Cycle 4, 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. Extended predominant. Extended cadential 6-4, going to 5-7 and 1. So that's the beginning of the first section. And the first section of a sonata form is called the exposition. You'll learn about this in music history and next year in Theory 3. I'll just toss it out there. The exposition extends from the beginning to the double bar. It consists of a primary thematic area, which is in tonic. That's this. It consists of a transition, which facilitates a modulation to the key of the dominant. And then you have a secondary theme, which we're going to call S, which is, in this case, in the key of the dominant. It's in a key other than tonic, and that key continues all the way through to the end. When we get to the ending, we have closing material. Okay, so, and that's it. Cadential sort of confirmation at the end. So if we have the exposition, the exposition consists of P, T, S, C. Primary, which is in tonic. Transition, which is taking us to a new key. Secondary, which is in dominant. And closing, which confirms that we've cadenced in dominant. Okay? You can remember PTSC. It is different than PTSD. Okay, that comes when you take my exam. So, all right, I'll have another video in a moment where we talk about the middle section of the piece. Thanks for listening.